Good afternoon. Hopefully you're having a good week. Almost the end of the week already. I hope things are going well for all of you. We're going to do a Rashi on a very short pasuk, but what I think is a very interesting pasuk today, which we're going to look at together in the fifth aliyah. If I can bring it up, give me 1 second. Too many things open on my computer. Here we go. All right. So in the beginning of the fifth aliyah, we continue with the brachos that Yaakov gives to his children. We see a few of them come already before this pasuk. And as I mentioned, I think you mentioned yesterday, the brachos are very interesting. They're not all brachos in the classical sense. Some are seemingly chastisements, rebukes. Some are praises. Some are foreshadowings. It's a complicated question as to what these brachos are really all about. But when it comes to God, very, very short pasuk, which he says, God, Gedud, Yegudenu, Vahu Yagud Akev. It's a great pasuk of alliteration. I haven't taken a study, but it seems to be the best one perhaps in all of Tanakh. There's a lot of gods here. God, Gedud, Yegudenu, Vahu Yagud Akev. So a couple of things to say about the meaning of the pasuk, but also the grammar of the pasuk. So Rashi right away reports, God, Gedud, Yegudenu, Kulam Lashon Gedudhem. They're all from the same language of Gedud. Now, Rashi clearly doesn't mean God over here. Rashi earlier in Perek Lamed explains the name God in a different way. He doesn't mean God, but he means Gedud, Yegudenu, and Yagud. All these three words, Gedud, Yegudenu, and Yagud, are all from the same word, Gedud. They're all the exact same word, even though what's different about them, if you take a look, what's different is that they're missing a Dalet. So Gedud is really the root Gimel Daled Daled, Gadad, and Yegudenu is the same word, but it's missing a Dalet. It's only one Gimel, one Dalet. Same thing with Yagud. It's one Gimel, one Dalet. They're both missing a Dalet, and yet he's saying they're all the same. Klomar, Ye Gedud Mimenu. They're all related to the idea of Gedud, of a troop of some sort. V'kach Chibro Menachem. Menachem ben Saruk, the great grammarian, is the one who explained it this way, according to Rashi. Vim Tomar ein Gedud below Shnei Daletin. How could you say they're all related to the word Gedud? They sound similar, but how could they be related to Gedud if it's a different root? This root is Gimel Daled Daled, and these ones are missing a Daled. So he explains as follows: Gedud Shem Davar Tzarich Shnei Daletin. When the root Gedud Gimel Daled Daled is a Shem Davar, it's a noun, like troop, okay? Then it requires two Daleds. Shekach derech teva bat shnei otziot lichpol basofa. That's the normal way of conjugating words and nouns, which have two letters in the root. They double at the end. Ve'ein yesoda ela shtei otziot. However, the real root here is only a two-letter root. So it's not that the root is Gimel Daled Daled. It's that there's a two-letter root, Gimel Daled, not the name God, but the root Gimel Daled. And when you conjugate it as a noun, the rule is that the letter doubles in the end. So you get an extra Dalet. So it's actually flipping the whole thing on its head. We originally thought when he says these are the same word, it's a little odd because we have Gimel Dalet Dalet, and these are missing a Dalet. He says, no, these are not missing a Dalet. These are right on target. These are part of the root Gimel Dalet, which means troop, a two-letter root. This one has an extra Dalet because when you conjugate a two-letter root as a noun, the second letter always repeats itself. So we get an extra Dalet. We have many examples of this. Like, for example, in Mishlei it says, like a bird that is wandering. What does a troop do? A troop wanders. Okay, so the same idea is of wandering and a troop are the two words are related to each other. So when saying that a bird is wandering, it's a bird like a troop. So here, lanud, it's only one Dalet. Same many other examples here where there's only one Dalet, or if it's a noun, there's two Dalet. This is a rule that can be followed through in many different places in Tanakh. It's an important Rashi just because he introduces the concept of two-letter roots, which is something many of the medieval grammarians believed in. If you look in the Torah, even though you learn modern Hebrew today, we don't teach Hebrew that way. We learn about three-letter roots. Every root has three letters. If you look at any first grade Hebrew textbook, you're going to see when they learn Shorashim, the Shorashim are always 3 letters. But that's not the way that the grammarians in the Middle Ages understood it, which is how they come to explain the missing dalads in Gedud Yegudena. But either way, all these words mean the same thing. They're all related to Gedud. If that's true, then what is this bracha all about? Very short, concise, alliterated bracha that Yaakov gives to God. But what is he really speaking about here? So Rashi explains later, Gedudim yagudu mimenu. Troops will come to troop from him. Sheyavru es hayarden imachem lemilchama kol chalutz ad v'nich b'shahaaretz. So what is he saying? That God, you are a tribe that is gedud yegudenu, that will have gedudim, troops, that will be trooping forward from you. God, Gedud Yegudenu. God, you will have troops that will be Yegudenu. Troop forward, march forward, wander forward from you. Well, Rashi says that's a foreshadowing of the Bnei Gad who make a deal with Moshe that even though they're taking land on the eastern side of the Yarden, they are going to cross over Chalutzim Lifnei Achehem. They're going to go forward as a troop to lead the rest of the Shvatim into battle, crossing over into the territorial land of Israel to the west of the Yarden. So God, in the future, your Gedud, your troop will be Yegudenu. They will lead the way. They will troop forward into the land. So what's the end of the pasuk? V'hu Yagud, and that troop that I'm talking about will troop again. Akev. What is Akev? And what is Hu Yagud Akev? Hu Yagud Akev, Kol Gedudav Yashuvu al Akevam Lenachalatam Shalaku Be'ever Hayarden, V'lo Yifaked Mehem Ish. Akev, Bedarkam Misilatam Shahalchu Yashuvu. Akev, which means heel, is in the back of your foot, right? So it's something that you use when you walk backwards, right? That your heel leads when you walk backwards. So Akev in the Torah means backwards. So based on that, Rashi says, Hu Yagud Akev. The same troop that troops forward, the same Gedud that is Yegudenu into the land, that same troop will be Yagud, will troop Akev backwards from the land. So this is foreshadowing, number one, that they are going to fulfill their promise to Moshe. They're going to go before their brothers and sisters into Israel to conquer it. But it's also a promise. It's not just foreshadowing, but it's a promise that even though they're going to go forward, they're also going to come back and be able to actually claim the territory that they wanted on the eastern side. They are going to be able to go back and be reunited with their children, their wives, their livestock, everything that they left behind on the eastern side. Not only that, but this bracha being given to the tribe of God by Yaakov is not just that they're going to come back, but they're going to come back complete. Kol gedudav yashuvu ala akivim. They're all going to come back. Who? The same gedud that goes in is going to be the gedud that comes back, meaning no one's going to be lost in battle. Whether that's an exaggeration, hyperbole, or something, or it's accurate is irrelevant at this moment. What it really means is that Yaakov is giving them a bracha that they should be safe in the fulfillment of that particular role, which they vow to fulfill in the future. That future is going to happen, but they are going to be safe doing it. I think it's a very creative, very beautiful read of the pasuk, relating all these words together. Of course, as I said, God is not really related to the other gimel daleds in the pasuk, but certainly helps with the alliteration here as well. And who knows, maybe al pi nevuah, the name God was given for this reason as well. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Very
you.
interesting.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Good day.
A good one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.